Hi guys, welcome back. In this video we're gonna discuss some important questions related to Java OOPS concept. Okay, so without wasting time, let's move to our first question of this video. So our first question is like when the interviewer asks, okay, you are working on a Java, right? So do you know what is that like OOPS means here? Like, so your answer is like, yeah, I know that is object-oriented programming, right? So what he is expecting to be like, why are you, or like what answer you should give? Like object-oriented programming, like OOPS refer to the type of programming. So like what type of programming, in which programming define the data type and the data type of a data structure and type of operation that can be applied to the data structure. So this is like proper definition you can give to the interviewer, and yeah, this is a proper definition. So from here your interview will start. Okay, so it makes an interviewer, okay, you have some theoretical knowledge. So after this he will move to your questions to related to the OOPS. So it will good like if you have a proper definition. So okay, we will move to the second question. The second and most important question, like what are the four basic principles or building block of OOPS, okay, or object programming. So you can say like inheritance and encapsulation, abstraction, and polymorphism. And before saying this, like I wanna give you one suggestion. If you are mentioning this all four, so just go through the some theoretical part of it. Like you should have knowledge why we are using inheritance and how we use inheritance. So as you know, like inheritance we are using for code reusability, right? And encapsulation why we are using for security purpose, right? And abstraction we are using because we want to hide our internal data. We don't want to show that internal implementation. Like when you see your bank GUI screen, when you go to your like ATM, so if you want to withdraw some amount from your ATM, right? So you just insert a card and you say like withdraw or like 5,000 or some amount, and you just the money just come out from the particular like that window, right? So you don't know like which method is calling internally and what the operation do it perform internally. Obviously it will do some authentication and authorization on your card, but you don't know, right? So as an end user you are only able to take a advantage of that services, right? Yeah, that's called abstraction. So you should have detailed knowledge. If someone like interviewer will ask, you are in position to give an answer. Yeah, and last is polymorphism. We will discuss about in detail of polymorphism in some upcoming question, but I want to tell you like why we are using polymorphism here. Like polymorphism, like poly and morphism, many forms. We will discuss in upcoming questions. Polymorphism mean we can do a one task in a multiple form. Poly means like many, and morphism means forms. Okay, so we giving this answer, you should have a clear knowledge. Let's move to the third point or third question. Okay, the numbering is I have mistaken to the numbering here. Okay, let me make this correct. Okay, yeah, so if we are going to the third question, why Java does not support multiple inheritance. Why it not support? Okay, for just checking this particular answer, like why it's not support, because it will create an ambiguity problem. Why it create an ambiguity problem? For this for showing this, I want to take you to the Eclipse. Okay, so just show this particular example here. Okay, yeah, let me increase the size so you can see this easily. Yeah, so if you can see here, like I can move this. Okay, yeah, this is my class A. Okay, it contains a method m1 and I want to print A, and this is a class B. It contains method m1, the same method. Okay, and I want to print B. If I just say extend here, okay, and A, this is a proper syntax, right? And if you wanna just say I want to make a object of A and I want to call m1 method, right? So what will be the answer? Okay, let's run this. So if you check here, the answer is A, right? Because we are calling this method. So what is this? It's like normal like inheritance, right? And this class, if A is extending this and you are extending this B class, this is multi-level. Okay, because in this scenario, suppose if this class is extending A and you are extending this particular class, like this is multi-level, but we are talking about here multiple. Why it's not supported in Java? Suppose like if I say here extend comma B, but it's not like it is illegal, it will say syntax error for sure, like it's saying syntax error. Okay, why it's saying syntax error? Okay, if you check, as like suppose this is a compiler, like when you run your program, compiler will check your syntaxes, right? And why it's not allow you to write comma B here? Because you, like when you run your program, compiler will confuse like which method, like what is a property of extend, whatever your parent class should have, it will come into your child class, right? So it will get confused, like which method, like both method have same names, right? So which method you want to use? Got it? It will create an ambiguity problem, like which method you want to use. So this is a basic reason why like why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Okay, I hope you got it. Still you have any question, you can ask. I'm happy to answer it. Okay, so let's move to the fourth question. Okay, so if you can check how to achieve data abstraction, this is a like yeah, obviously this is a question. It goes to the abstract and interface and some other asset, but here if we can, if I say abstract class, all these come, like he can might be asked in this question in oops. So why, how can we achieve, like one way of achieving is inheritance and one way of achieving is abstraction, but he can ask you the same question from here, like is how can, like why we are saying interface as a 100% abstraction and abstract classes as a like not 100% abstraction. So you can give an answer from here, like we will go the abstract class when we have a not complete details of that thing, like you can create a concrete method inside your abstract class, but you don't have any like information or any implementation detail, then you go for interface, because in interface in till 1.7 you don't need to create, or you not allow, Java will not allow you to create any concrete method or static or default method, right? After 1.8 you can create how many methods you can want to create, either static or default method, right? Yeah, this is our answer of 100% abstraction. So let's move to the fifth question. Yeah, can you create an instance of abstract class? They will ask, like if you answer the previous question, though it might possible the interview will ask, can you create a like object of abstract class? No, we can't create it for sure. We not create an instance of, we're not able to create an instance of abstract class because it does not yeah because it does not complete implementation, create, because it does not have complete implementation. Because when you create abstract class, so if your any abstract method present in your class, so for sure you have to place a abstract keyword on top of your class, right? So that's why we are not able to in a position to create a your object, but for sure your abstract class can contain a constructor. Why it's able to contain a constructor? Because it will help some activities in your child class for instantiating or something. Okay, you may read about it, why we will contain a constructor in abstract class. If we are not able to in position to create an object, why we need a constructor? Okay, and if you not get an answer, just let me know, I will explain. Okay, so let's move to the sixth question, like what is polymorphism? Here I told you, right, and second question we will discuss what is polymorphism. So if you check here, like what is polymorphism, it, I told you, right, it means many forms, because its whole thing, polymorphism, come from the Greek word, like half this poly and this one half, and polymorphism, this is a two forms, like so poly means like many and morphism means many forms. Okay, in Java we have two type of polymorphism. That is, one is overloading, that is compile time, or we can say like early binding or static, or there is a like you 2-3 names, but you can call it like compile time or overriding. Anything is fine, whatever you want to call. Okay. And second is overriding or runtime polymorphism or late binding. Okay. So now we can understand what is polymorphism in detail. So obviously, like if someone asks you what is polymorphism, he won't like you give an answer in detail, right? And if you give an answer in detail, it will be a good impact. So discuss, like if you have you can see these images. Like first neglect this one. Okay, just come here to particular this one. Okay. So now if you see this truck, okay, we in this general term, what we say, like when we saw any truck on a road and it will like behaving like this, like one-sided down, right? So we'll say it is overloading, right? It is overloaded because it has multiple these backpacks, multiple these multiple backpacks, right? But you can see here these are identical, like minor difference. Like if you can see, like some are small or some are big, like some are not equal in weight, but if you can see from outside, these all are identical, right? So these are like pretty similar to each other. So this is the same case in Java, like in overloading. If we have a class A, suppose same class, we have a class A and we have a method X, this X. Okay, sorry, we have a method, this is a method name M1, and this is a argument X. So another method in class, another like in that same class, we have a method and different argument. So for understanding this, suppose we have a M1 and you have here integer like this integer B, some kind of this is a method M on integer. And for understanding this overloading, I want to make you understand what the method signature is. So in Java we are taking a method signature as method name and argument type. Okay, these are the method signature. A return type is not included in that, okay, in Java, but other language we can include that. So but we are talking in for Java, so we are method signature in Java is like method name and argument type. So the property, the or rule in that overloading is, when you are just overload all the methods, so then your method name should be same and your argument type should be different. Okay, like it is an integer, then you can take it float. If you have one argument, then you can take it two argument. Here it is two argument, you can take it four, like 3 or 4 argument. Okay, got it. So but one important thing related to overloading here, the method the argument promotion. What is argument promotion? I will let you know into upcoming just 2 minutes. Okay, just listen to this, you will get idea. If we have a byte in one method, okay, and from the calling side I'm passing here like if we have a short and I'm passing byte, so it will execute. And if it has a like integer and I'm passing character something, then it also pass. So okay, if you not get that idea, let me execute this for you. Okay, so come here and if you are overriding this, okay, so I suppose I take this here and I will say integer I, okay, and for this I will say B. Okay, and now from here I will pass one character C. Now what will be the answer? It should not execute it, right? But it's not happen in this case. If you can check here AB, right? And you can check from here, I'm calling on this method, right? This method we are calling, and it is an integer parameter, and this is AB, and from this main method I'm passing this character, right? So this is a meaning of promotion, right? If we have an integer and we are passing this small value character, it is not possible. Like you can go in this direction, then your method promotion will be allowed. But if you passing a parameter in this direction, then it will not allow. Okay, so as it like written also here, larger size primitive data type cannot be promoted to a smaller type. Okay, you can or like a smaller primitive data type can be promoted to the larger primitive data type. So this direction is allowed and this direction is not allowed. Okay, got it? Yeah. So let's move to our next question. What is like next type of polymorphism, like runtime polymorphism or overriding. So let me make this big. Yeah, if you check here, for we have a class cat and it's like we have a one method sound. So in overriding we have a one rule. If you override some method, then the method signature, okay, and method return type should be same. Okay, but before 1.4 till 1.4 return type will be same, but after 1.4 like 1.5 onwards in Java you can take it covariant return type. What is mean of covariant return type? Like if you have an object here, like suppose you have an object return type, you can use yes string. Okay, like parent child relation should be there, so nothing else complicated like that. Okay, so like here using sound and it will, like we are using overriding, we can like override with the help of extend keyword, and this method came here. The overriding generally means whatever your parents will have, it automatically come to your, like come to you, right? It is a real life example. Whatever your parents have, it will come to you automatically. But if you don't want something to your, if you don't want parent implementation, you can give your implementation. Like here in this method it is printing meow, right? And here it roar, like meow, like this sound is, and roar here, right? So you can change according to that. Okay, so as it written here, same method name and same parameter. Okay, got it? Like, and one important point here, so might be asked like interviewer ask, like if you are like extending or overriding this method, then you can change like this accessibility access modifier from public to protected or public to default. No, we can't do this because we can't decrease our accessibility. You can increase it from this default. From default you can make it public, from protected you can make it public, and from private you can make it public. You can go in this direction, okay, but you can come in this direction. Got it? These are the important point related to polymorphism. So let's move to the next thing. Like, is Java is 100%? This question I am not expecting, but this question is asked me, one person asked me in a interview, like is Java is 100% object oriented? No, Java is not fully object oriented because it is supported primitive data type like integer and byte long, which are not objects, right? If you go to the integer or double, those are the big decimal, those are the primitive, like sorry, objects. Okay, wrapper classes and all. So this is why Java is not 100% object oriented. Simple answer, but you should know that, right? Okay, let's move to the 8th question here. What is the meaning of is a and has a relationship? If you know the, like if you have in your graduation we have one subject, software engineering. There like some concept called coupling, cohesion, and association. So these all things are come from there, like, and these things are interrelated, or not interrelated, all are same only. Okay, once you read about at one place you can get an idea. So what is a or has a relationship? It's like a aggregation, like is a relationship is an aggregation, and is a relationship inheritance. We can implement is a relationship with extend keyword, and most of the time we don't depend in case of has a in not particular keyword we have in Java, but most of the time we will depend on new keyword. Okay, so now the second question after this, if you answer this right, it will be like what is association. So these all terms are related: association, composition, and aggregation. So association means a relationship between two objects like a student and class. So what is a relation, right? So we can, if we go to the database ER diagram, like 1 to 1, many to 1, that relation. So the same we are talking about here. So the relationship between two objects with multiplicity. Okay, so now the question is what is aggregation, right? So what is aggregation? I will make you understand clearly after listening this. You don't have any question in your mind. Okay, aggregation is another form of association in Java, but in case of aggregation it only allow one-way relationship between object. For example, an employee has home address but vice versa. The home address as employee doesn't sound right? Just read this in definition for sake of giving a theoretical answer, but if you want to give not this bookish language, okay, so just come to me, I will make you understand. Okay, but aggregation and composition I will make you understand at both same time. Just read about it. What is this not this association, here is composition. The composition here is the one, okay, sorry, yeah, the composition is one form of association. Okay, and the composition can be defined as association in which one class contain another class, and this contain class depend on a containing class such a way. So yeah, this is a bookish language, like, and I never depend on the bookish language. Okay, because if you understand, then you can answer. So now I will make you understand what is a association, composition and aggregation. Okay, association we talk about like relationship between two objects. Suppose this is your office. Okay, you are going to office and this is your office. You take any example, this is your college. Okay, and inside your office you have this whole main building. Okay, this is your gate and this is your office area. In your office you have a different building, like building A. Here your like admin peoples are working, or front end people are working, or like some peoples are working. Okay, and this is a building second where HR are working, and this is a building for servers, and this is a building for some other work. So let's take an example. So in case of composition, like suppose if tomorrow your this office will be destroyed, like we have that one dream in our mind in childhood, right? Like so like one day the bomb will drop in my house, someone drop a bomb. So like this, like if your this office or college will destroyed, okay, by some activity, so is there any chance this building will be remain there? No, right? So this means if there is no chance of existing this contained object, if there is no chance of existing container object, this outside, then this strong association between objects, this strong association between object, what it does mean, this strong association between this and this outside container, okay, this is called composition. Okay, got it? Now in the term of aggregation, suppose you have these employees, right? We are not talking about here buildings, we are talking about employees. Suppose by some activity your this whole office will destroyed. Okay, the office is not more existed. So what do you mean, like is your employee will be still in the market? Yeah, because employee is nowhere strongly related to, right? If this company fire this employee, they will go and join some other office, right? Yeah, like suppose like this is a TCS, like, and TCS will close by some work, like, and they will join like Wipro, they will join Accenture, anything, right? Yeah, yeah, and suppose like and in any case, like, yeah, I'm giving a just example. So this like not strongly association between the object, this these two object loosely coupled, this is called aggregation. Got it? Yeah, this is a complete idea of this video. If you have any question, just comment down, I will answer your questions. Okay, so till then I will see you next video. Bye bye.